and even at times, or most of the time, my emotional and mental capacity. Because not all projects are easy to kind of partake in, right? There's a lot of different value systems I would say that kind of happens in the days of it all. So I think there's a constant tension between trying to figure out how to value myself better, what is labor, and in the process of it also, whose labor is it involving? Not just mine, but the before and the afters, all this kind of unknown that's unclear.
For me, I feel like because I do a lot of things and I try not to put all of my eggs in one basket, so I end up doing a lot of hobbies that in turn become hustles. Jewelry making is one of it, writing and illustrating children's books is another one of it, and I'm also an art worker, a curator and a gallery assistant. Yeah. So I want to know every step it takes from getting the art on into
I think they will into the public space.
Thanks. Okay, so perhaps before what's missing for artists, maybe take a step back and look at the ecosystem, right? So I want to challenge a bit this idea of the focus of artists as entrepreneurs or artists as business persons. In meetings with institutions, with governments, with private.
I'd say I also am not involved in any official practice or anything. Growing up, I feel like I've worn many hats, but most of all, the hat I will always the one that didn't fit in, the one that didn't belong anywhere, no matter how much you looked for groups or social circles or people or whatever. I was someone who, and still is to some extent, someone who's very visualistic, simply because I feel like I'm emotionally qualified to some extent. Since young, I think I just developed that to some that I learned by doing up things. Plus, I don't neurodivergent tendency to but I've heard like, so when I was a kid, I always.
So I have a question. Even this is the versions budget and somewhat chronically online. So I scroll a lot and I see like a lot of artists starting to use social media to push their work out. And I'm thinking like when we use social
of different ideas and practitioners. We wanted to build a welcoming community of any background to connect and elaborate and collaborate with the knowledge of archiving. So none of them are able to, we have invited everyone, but none of them are able to come because. So today we have our participants, so I'll introduce one by one. So first, on my left is Jedai, and he has collaborated with ZH Collection. Hasma and Z is the owner of ZH Collection. And they are experienced. So I'll go back to ZH Collection. So ZH Collection and Z, operations, custom garments, and drafting patterns. And how is that opportunity to that customer?
Yeah, it's the relationship system is about life in this industry, not just with your customers.
Quite emotional also sometimes, like you learn a lot, right? They told you like very personal stories. Was it difficult or challenging to translate that into a toy and a digital pattern? Maybe Umi, you wanna?
Yeah, they introduced us to KL. And I mean, this is a place where I go for my shopping. This is where I get my books. And yes, this is where I get my food also kan. I paling remember is the Globe Food Store dulu. I'm not sure if they're still here.
Sorry, what's that?
Globe 6 Store.
I'm not sure. We have to check. Alright, so that's all from me. As a round of applause to our participants, Jen, Umi, Faris, and myself, Faris Rashid, and I will pass it to my partner, Dan Ilani, for our next segment. Stay tuned.
Especially in Malaysia, we have very hot weather, and somehow we get into the building, it's very cold. So it's like hot, cold, so it's good to carry a jacket along with you. And I actually use like the patchwork that like our grandma, Ama did. Like they use the how I see your pants there. They actually look.
Alright.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Okay, next we have Jed. So Jed was working with the H collection, also in Campbell, right?
Just one floor above News.
Okay. So they're in.
And so I made a sleeveless kebaya, and right here, the clothes. I used the clay. I went around KL and I stamped it onto the walls. So I'll be able to make like this printing effect later.
Okay, claps for Jed, please. So next, and also maybe the words that you sewn into it.
Okay. The pola is basically based on my two practitioners. One is Amirul, who actually love making suit tailor. And the bottom one is represent another practitioner who sells Indian culture clothing.
So Faris worked with Leo's across the street. Maybe you can talk a bit about the pattern that you used here.
Alright, so, well, everyone looks so serious. Can we all like smile? Okay, so I work with Leo's, and what you see here is traditional kurti, and I'll be honest with you guys, it's probably the simplest kurti design that you can find in the store. They had so many varieties, different cuts, different lengths, different designs, embellishments and everything. So it's such a variety of color and textures, and that's also kind of why I decided to approach this with like a lot of folds and incorporating multiple types of fabrics into it.
Yeah, we even have like how to make batik. Hers, is this yours?
Yes.
From Harris himself. Also same way, Harris makes his own batik and they're gorgeous pieces. Yeah.
also have some of my friends, independent magazine, fashion magazines from Indonesia publishers. Yeah, there's a lot more.
Yes, so I guess conscious in terms of sustainability and self-sustainable, but also conscious in terms of how do you represent